the discipline of doing the RIS really provides that framework to make sure that you've looked at all of those different options, as well as ensuring that you've considered all the different areas of government, and I should say not just government, all other areas within the private sector and the not-for-profit sector that you really should be bringing into your decision-making process. So for us, typically when we do work in the food regulatory area, we would be looking at issues that cover industry, environment, foreign affairs, agriculture, health, a whole host of different areas. And the RIS process really gives us that framework and that ability to really engage with those other agencies and pull all the advice together that we need to make sure that the decisions that we are making and the advice that we're providing are really rooted in evidence.
So regulation impact statements, or RISs, do look at whole of government, whole of economy impacts. And sometimes there will be differing impacts on one portfolio versus another. So for example, quite often where in health you need to limit the activities of particular entities because of a safety issue, you may actually have an economic impact. Or you may have a trade impact, for example. And working again with a central agency and working with the regulation impact statement process means that you can unpick those different impacts. It may well be that the health impact, especially if it's a safety risk, is the most supreme of all, but at least you're going in with your eyes wide open, that you can understand the impacts on particular business.
So the RIS is a means by which you can break down all of the costs and benefits, examine the potential implications for different stakeholders within society, and that enables you to narrow it down to an outcome that you think is going to deliver the best solution for whatever the problem happens to be. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best outcome for the office of the ABCB or the department or any of the individual governments that comprise the Australian Building Codes Board, but it's the collective benefit, particularly in our case where we're trying to serve the national interest.